All right, this is those of you who've watched a bunch of my videos, you know I'm big on theory, and especially diatonic theory. Diatonic theory is a big word for the understanding of what 7 notes of a major key dictate. Not a rule by which you have to play, but a rule by which you understand what a major sound is. So I've got theory docs on my Banjo Hangout homepage, pick photos page, and stuff like that you're welcome to study as much as you want. But this I'm not gonna explain a lot of the theory of this. I'm just gonna kind of go over it. Every major key has 7 notes in it. C, for instance, has C, D, E, F, G, A, B. And each one of those notes, if you take that key and build on top of it, there's a scale on each one of those notes. So C, for instance, is C, D, E, F, G, A, B. But if you start on a D, it's D, E, F, G, A, B, C. If you start on a E, it's E, F, G, A, B, C, D, and so on up. Each one of those are called modal scales. Well, each one of those modal scales determines a chord type. If you take the 1, 3, 5, and 7, and then 9, 11, 13 if you want to, of each one of those chords, they each have a unique sound. Each one of them is different. We tend to talk in triads, you know, E minor, F major, C major, G major, things like that. But those are 3-note chords. A chord can be extended to a full 7 notes. Most chords can anyway. There are exceptions to that, which I won't go into. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you how to play based on the 3 chord shapes that we use a lot. I'm going to show you how to play modal arpeggio / scales. They define the chords within the key. I'm going to do it in the key of G, so you'll see it. But I'm going to give you 3 positions. I'm going to give you what some people call the F position. I just look at it as a G chord. The barred position, which is again a G chord, and then what some people call a D position, which I just look at as a G chord. That's a root position G, first inversion G, second inversion G, and that means starting on the root, the 3rd, and the 5th of those chords. Now, this could get complicated, but if you go back and look at some of my earlier videos, I explained some of this. I just want you to be able to see that there are ways to use these chord shapes in ways that aren't necessarily bluegrassy and aren't necessarily jazzy. They're just kind of there, and you can use them for worship tunes. You can use them for folk songs. You can use them for pop tunes. I mean, you can use them for country. You can use them for virtually any kind of thing that has a major sound. This is not the blues. This is not jazz. This is just defining 3 positional ways you can play through the chords in a given key on the banjo fingerboard in 3 positions. Okay, here we go. I'll try to make this quick. You'll have to review it over and over again if you want to get into the details. I don't want to make a half-hour video. So, first position, we'll just start with your F position G chord, or root position G. I'm just going to start on the 7 here. Each one of these forms, by the way, have 2 notes on 3 strings and 1 note on 1 string, which is kind of a bridging note for some of these. Sometimes the single note will be on the B string, sometimes it will be on the G string. And you just have to kind of feel that however you want to play it. I'm playing in the way that I play, which is a more rolling pattern style. You can play it. However you play right hand wise, it works fine. So here's G major. Jeez. A minor. B minor. C major. D7, or D dominant. So again, that's the first position, 7 chords. Just as a side note, if you're having a hard time finding all those fingerings, the minor chords are almost always the same. Those are all the exact same right-hand fingerings and string formations, shapes, if you will. Okay. So as you can see, we've got major 7, minor 7, minor 7, major 7, 7 chord, minor 7, and then minor 7 flat 5, and then okay, cool. All right, so let's go to the second set of chords, and this time instead of going up to the first inversion, I'm going to go down to starting on the low D chord. G, and then A minor, B minor, sorry, got a sharp string there, and then C major, now D7, E minor, and then that's again F sharp, minor 7 flat 5, so there's your 7 chords in that position, what we call bar position sometimes. And again, I'm visualizing the bar position for each one of those sets of notes that we're playing. All right, third one, starting on a D position, G. See. So there's your G. That's the note we're focusing on. Right? And then B minor. Right? C. Right? Now, okay, so here was the C. So I'm doing it in 2 different octaves. And then your D, which again we're playing I'm going to add in that note and make it a D7. And then your E minor, again 2 octaves. And you'll notice that it looks like a G arpeggio. Well, it is. E minor and G, the same thing. And then F sharp minor 7 flat 5. Let me review those one more time. G, A minor, B minor, C, C, D, 7, E minor, F sharp minor 7 flat 5, G, okay, so there's what is that, total 21 shapes, 3 chord shapes, 7 arpeggio scale thingies that you can play in hand positions, and then you can learn to link those up, just like we do our pentatonic scales, because really they're played very much like pentatonics. In essence, any 5 notes in the octave of a scale is a pentatonic. But I hope those are helpful to you.